On the golf side of things, tell us what's happening up at Glen Eagle. You have your school up there still.
Well, the golf course is open, and I just think they're probably teeing off here in about the next hour or so, as once the ground, of course, sort of thaws out a little bit.
Sure.
My school, of course, is up and going. I'm going to actually start teaching this week, but my clinics start at the end of the month. The women really like the clinics. They feel safety, I think, in numbers or whatever. But it's we have fun, and whether you're level 1, which I had a lot of new women golfers sign up this year. Usually they don't start thinking about golf until after the Masters.
Right.
But I've had a lot sign up this year. I mean, there's going to be a lot of women wanting to learn this game the proper way. So that's level 1. And we have level 2, who are, that's for really people who play now.
Yep.
And that can really, range. And you might be a level 3 though. And that's really for the better player that shoots it under 100.
Right.
And then I have short game clinics and, private lessons and semi-private lessons. But it's just, it's a game of a lifetime. And golf can be kind of expensive to play, so I mean, you might as well play it with a little bit better, and then you have to get the ball in the air. I mean, there's certain things with golf that they require to happen, and
absolutely.
so and it's like anything, lessons. Some people really want to learn the right way to play the game.
Right. Now tell us, if somebody's listening in our audience and they really want to sign up for your golf school, like they want Sandra Post to teach them and learn the proper way. How can they go
to my website, www.sandrapost.ca. You'll see my little golf school there, and it's pretty easy to travel.
No negotiation.
No negotiation. No, but you can work through that little website very easily, and it'll answer all your questions, or just contact me. It says contact us, and I'll answer your questions.
Now, how you're running all week? Like, is it during the week or the weekends mostly?
7 days a week.
You do, eh?
We start in May.
That's incredible.
Our season is short.
Sure.
So you gotta get to it, and so we 7 days a week.
That's cool. Yeah, I'll have to get my wife in there. Come and hang out with you. Now listen, big golf tournament going on right now. The Masters. We were talking a little bit before we went to air about some of these guys that are playing their last round, the Gary players of the world, Fuzzy Zellers. Nice
tribute yesterday. I thought that the telecast was really well done to celebrate both Fuzzy Zeller and Gary Player, and of course they're both Masters champions, and that'll be their last really round. They're going to come back. They're going to play in the par 3 tournament. They're going to. I think I heard Gary right that they're actually allowed to have a practice round. Isn't that interesting?
Cool. Yeah.
But that's the Masters. They write their own little rules, and that would be kind of fun. Of course, they have the big dinner with all the former champions are together, and so they're going to come back and do that. But the course is been made a lot longer now, and it's just it's a tough course to walk.
Yeah.
And although players in great shape and everything, it's just getting too much for them. So they're just going to let just get out of the way, I guess. But both of those gentlemen really had nice farewells yesterday.
They did,
in the round. Different, Fuzzy was with his daughter Gretchen. Gretchen's a good player, and she was on his bag there, and it was very emotional finishing for both Fuzzy and Gretchen. And then there's Gary, who was sort of center stage. He had all his family there, and I thought it was very nice that the South African players, like Trevor Emmelman and Sabatini, and lined up and sort of paid tribute to Player, because he really did. He really opened up global golf, and especially to the South Africans, but to all international players. I mean, it was Player that really initiated all that and became part of the big 3 with Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer.
Right.
So they were there all applauding him, and it was both nice tributes when they finished.
Now, you were on tour probably the same time that these guys were very, very popular in their day. Do you know either of those guys?
I do. And first of all, Fuzzy, I played in a mixed team event with him. And we played because he had won the Masters the same year that I won the Dinah Shore, and they were considered equal as far as major events. So we teamed up, and I couldn't believe. First of all, he never shuts up. And we had to play. Our first pairing was against Seve Ballesteros and Pat Bradley, and it's just a medal play tournament, 2 days out in California. But I mean, I should have been ready, but I wasn't. On the first tee, Fuzzy, straight alternate shots. This is the hardest format in the world. You don't get options here. It's like, so we had chosen that Fuzzy was going to drive, so therefore I would take the second shot. And then Sevi was going to drive, okay, for the other team. And so Fuzzy hits it down there. He takes a little 3-wood and bunts it down there. We're in great shape. And of course, there is no bunt in Sevi Ballesteros. And Sevi's got the driver out. And so we're safe because we're in the middle of the fairway. So now they go to introduce Sevi. Sevi Ballesteros, the current British Open champion, because that matched with Pat Bradley.
Right.
And Fuzzy walks up to him, the poor guy. He puts the tee in the ground, the tee is ball. He goes, Sevi Ballesteros, the British Open champion. But before he went that, he says, watch me. And I'm going like, oh no. And he goes, he won't even see the fairway when I'm finished with him. I'm going like, oh no, oh no. And there he goes, right into Sevi's face. Sevi Ballesteros. And I'm going, Sevi didn't find the fairway. He hooked it left. And poor Bradley, she was in the trees all day long trying to find the drive, right? But anyway, all the way around, no matter how many times I messed up, and that's when you play like a mixed team event.
Yeah.
You're so afraid you're going to mess up. That you scare yourself to death. And I mean, I hit this one putt. It was a really long putt. I left it like 15 feet short on one hole. And I just didn't know what he was going to say to me. All he kept saying, that's okay, sweetheart. That's okay, sweetheart. That's okay, sweetheart. And I'm going like, I'm dying. I am dying. But anyway, we finished. It doesn't, he was the most fun to play with.
Yeah, sure.
On the other hand, Gary Player, he's always really serious and into his fitness, and I only played it in Sweden, and it was a special event that LPGA players had gone over to play with some PGA players in a Pro-Am for a company over in Gothenburg, Sweden. So it was like fast, 3 days over and 3 back, talking about killers. And that's the only time I really sat down and talked to him. He's pretty serious, trying to compare women's golf and men's golf and all that. But what Player has given the world of golf is fitness, incredible fitness. And I mean, the first, really player to really emphasize how important that is in global golf. Yeah. And just made the world really small through the game of golf, and coming, bringing South Africa, really bringing it and look at the impact he has for all the players that have come out of South Africa. Yeah,
absolutely. And he was, I guess, the first international golfer on the complete PGA scene. Do you remember? This was the first guy that was really, I don't remember anybody else.
To make such an impact and to win majors, and without question, the timing was great. He was with the IMG, which is the same management company of Arnold Palmer, and so that all sort of fell together. Yeah. Great for him, and his family standing there though, and I mean, he's a great ambassador. Sure. I mean, if you listen to his, if you listen to commercials for the World Golf Hall of Fame, I mean, they're compelling. Yeah, I mean, he's really. It
was a great interview with him yesterday too. At the
he really knows how to say all the right things.
He did, yeah. He was very laid back, completely the opposite of Fuzzy almost, who was a little more of a character. And even though yesterday he was a little more low key, in the past Fuzzy's gone out on a limb on many things, and we were talking off the air a little bit about Fuzzy. It's unfortunate because, like you were saying, he's played 30 years of golf, but he'll be remembered for a 30-second spot that he talked about Tiger, and that's unfortunate for him because
that's right, and it's really a shame. And I don't know if your listeners are really into following this deeply, but it was one little comment, and Fuzzy's kind of a funny guy, and it was a flip comment. He didn't mean anything. And when Tiger was winning the Masters, and it's haunted him. And Lee Trevino, in an interview yesterday, when he said it will follow literally Fuzzy Zoeller to his grave. Yeah. I mean, wow. It's too sad. It's sad because this was one of the great colorful characters that ever played the game, and so giving and kind and generous. And it's really, really a shame. I think it really took its toll.
Yeah, it's too bad. And we talked about it last time you were on the show about golfers from that era really were more open about speaking to the media. And I guess once you have a slip up in today's world, you're finished because...
Well, there's just no place you can hide today. And with the Golf Channel and people wanting to get sound bites and can get them from anywhere. And there is just, it's just different. I think he was in that transition where he thought maybe the media were his friends, and he didn't really even think about it too much, and it just